right, and a good Sunday to you. Welcome back. Had a little hiatus there, but I'm back. You know, bygones be gones. But I'm back with some more videos. Hope you've been enjoying the videos that are there now. I will, just work, time constraints, but I don't want to dwell too much on that. But I'm glad you're joining us here on JD's Deep Cut Sunday Tracks. New video, new album. Hope your year's been doing good. You've been doing good on the new year. We're almost at the midpoint. Okay, keep safe, all of you out there. Times are rough right now, but music never lets you down. That's one thing. Remember, I'm a big sports fan. I always go back to music because music will never let you down. All right. So on today's episode, we have an 80s kind of an all-star lineup band. Members came from different bands. Not too big of bands, but some of these were players that were in big bands. And the main guy that formed this band came from a band, 70s glam rock band, Angel. Got a bunch of guys together. One of them was pretty big after, but this album hit big. Okay, this album was released in 1984, I believe, midsummer of '84. Great song that came out from this album. Band we're talking about is Jafria. Okay, Jafria was a big arena rock band, AOR as they call it. Big arena rock, big sound, big production. I like a lot of those bands. Not too much of the glam 80s, but this band was good. It was more of a keyboard band. Greg Jafria was a keyboardist. Didn't sing, wasn't the singer, did some backup vocals. Okay, but David Glenn Isley was a singer, really good, big, powerful voice. You had Craig Goldie on guitar. Some great guitar moments on this album. Okay, this was their first self-titled album. Came out in '84, like I said. "Call to the Heart" was the big hit off of this. Big hair, also big sound, big arena rock, big hair. But yeah, Craig Goldie of later of Dio fame. Okay, great guitar player. But "Call to the Heart," that's a really good song. I had been wanting to do this album for a while. Okay, reason I kind of got wanted to do this is because I'm a big fan of Vegas. But I was walking through the Hard Rock Hotel casino. Dearly miss it. Okay, we have the Virgin Hotel there now. Went back not too long ago, but very different now. Totally different theme. Okay, of course the Hard Rock was the music themed memorabilia, great music playing. Well, I was walking through there one time. We stayed there. I'd go to the casino and gamble a little bit, have some drinks, and they played "Call to the Heart." They would play classic stuff. Okay, The Fire, I heard one of their songs one time. I had never heard it. I liked it, but I heard "Call to the Heart" after years that I hadn't heard it play over the speakers there. And when I started doing the channel, I said I'm gonna do an episode on that song because it's it's different. It's not from like your typical band. It's from a kind of a lineup from many members from different bands. Not exactly all-star per se, okay? But Jafria, "Call to the Heart," really good song. David Glenn Isley came from family of actors. I believe he did some acting as well. Of course, Greg Jafria came from Angel. The bass player, Chuck Wright, played bass in Quiet Riot. I think on a couple of their songs, on the Mental Health song, he played bass. So he came from that background as well, in the business. But a couple of these guys were big entrepreneurs, investors. I believe Greg had a stake in a casino in Vegas or in Tennessee. I think it was the Hard Rock. But, you know, it was all about, you know, kind of an all-star band. I think they did a couple more albums after this, but that didn't get hit big like this album. But yeah, Andy Johns engineered and mixed this album. I'm sure you've heard who Andy Johns is. You know, he did a lot of big productions in the 70s. Slade. He did the album Power Supply, which I just heard that song again a couple weeks ago. My oh my, that's a really good song. If you dwell on that song, check it out. Listen to the song, the music, and the lyrics. Amazing, along with watching the video. Okay, I know I've done a couple Slade episodes, but Slade is another great band, 70s glam era band. But yeah, Andy Johns, Greg Jeffrey I think produced, but Andy Johns did the engineering and mixing of the album. This one was recorded at 1-on-1, the record plant, I believe, in LA. A lot of big albums, great albums were recorded there. But yeah, this was at the height of the big arena rock, you know, era. You had all these bands. Autograph was one of them. Jafria, you know, the big vocals, Whitesnake. You know, you had all those. Great musicianship came through there. You know, you had your glam, pretty boy bands. You had your big arena rock bands. You had your heavy metal bands. You know, Dio, Queensryche, Quiet Riot. I mean, those were all great. Brings back a lot of great memories. And of course, you had the thrash metal movement, which I loved. Back then, I was more into that, the harder edge thrash metal, punk, heavy metal. You know, wasn't too much into the glam. You know, I love Metallica, that era when they did the Black Album. I didn't hate it, but it was that big sound, Bob Rock. You know, that was the thing back then. Producers were doing that. Bands wanted that big sound. The big was the thing. You know, big hair, big image, big everything. And I lived through that whole era, and I always go back and listen. You know, there was a lot of great bands that came out of that. You know, great music, great musicianship. You know, then you had your older bands that had been doing it for a while come up with the album. Van Halen did it. Went through a couple singers as well. But yeah, check out Jafria. This is a really good album. Kind of reminds me of GTR, When the Heart Rules the Mind. Kind of another same idea. You know, you got musicians from different great bands. I might do one on that album as well. But yeah, this is a good album. Jafria, self-titled. Got Craig Goldie there. Guitar player, great guitar moments, like I said, but it's more of a, you know, keyboard album, and it does it good. Does it really good. Okay, so check that out. Jafria, self-titled. All right, I'm glad you're watching. You know, apologies for missing a couple weeks there, but making 100% effort to come to be up every week. Okay, check out my videos if you haven't seen them. I have quite a few now. But yeah, good stuff there. All right, have a great rest of the weekend, and enjoy your Memorial Day. Enjoy the sun if it's out on where you're at. Not too much over here, but it's still a holiday. Enjoy it. All right, I'll see you on the next one.